Hi, I'm Vinay, and this is my Assignment 3 Accessibility and Security walkthrough video where I demonstrate how I built my Fridge IQ website with accessibility in mind, as well as key web security practices I've applied based on OWASP's testing guide. Now, as you can see, this is my home page. Let me start by using the Wave Evaluation tool. Now, as you can see, there are no errors and there's an AIM score of 10 out of 10. I've also run each of my pages through Google Lighthouse, which had a 100% score on the accessibility. For brevity, I won't run the Google Lighthouse plugin for each page, but I've taken screenshots and will screen share my Word document shortly. Now, the only alert is a redundant link, and that's due to the fact that there is an adjacent same link in the header, and that's through the payment page. Now, that's by design. During assignment 2, we were directed to do that, to have the payment showing up in the header, but when you click it, it just goes back to the home page. I beg your pardon. And as you can see, there's no other errors. Now, a key thing that running this Wave Evaluation tool picked up was the white font on the white screens in the background in the fridges in the background. The contrast wasn't great, so it was making the writing quite illegible. Now, thanks to this guidance, I was able to insert this translucent black box, which makes the white writing really stand out and makes it extremely legible. And since the box is translucent, we can still see the background image quite clearly. Now I'll go through to the product page, run the Wave Evaluation tool. Now, as you can see, it's the same alert regarding the redundant link, which I explained earlier, and there's no errors, and it all looks pretty good. As we go to the inquiry page, let me run the tool again, and as you can see, no errors and just a redundant link alert and another AIM score of 10. Now, some other key things that I've made to make this page a lot more accessible is I've got labels for each free-form text, as you can see, and they're nice and clear and self-explanatory. In addition, I've got inline errors that show up if they're entering some invalid data, as you can see, for each field. So even email, if we don't have a standard email format, etc., and that's right through. Now, another thing that I improved from assignment 2, unfortunately, by assignment 2, you were able to hit the Pay Now button and progress, even if all the fields weren't entered. I've now rectified that, and if you go to Pay Now, it gives you all the errors and doesn't let you progress to the payment screen, and that prevents stale entries, which is a good outcome. Another thing that increases ease of use is the ability not to need the mouse for everything. So you can type things in and then just tab across, etc. And then you can even, once we get to the state, which is a drop-down menu, you can just tab across and then use the up-down arrows, which is great. And then similarly for the product selection, we can just use the up-down arrows. So this all improves the accessibility. Now let me show you the About screen as well. Again, Wave Evaluation tool. Yep, no errors again, so that's fantastic. I might go through and submit a query, so then we can go through and show you the payment page. And before we move on, the other thing that prevents stale entries is the exclusivity logic, which I've applied here. So the energy saver feature is essentially a thicker panel on the fridge, and inserting a smart screen doesn't allow you to have as thick a panel. So for that reason, if you have a smart screen, you can't have energy save and vice versa. So as you can see, if I check one box, it unselects the other. So it doesn't actually, so that prevents stale entries, which is a fantastic outcome. Now we'll go across to the payment screen, and let me run the wave evaluation tool. As you can see, no errors again. Now the other thing that prevents stale entries that I've applied is a countdown timer. So with that in mind, we better get cracking on entering the details we need. There is also a lung check, so we'll have to do a correct format for credit cards. And now let's check out, and pending I've entered everything correctly, which I have, it'll bring us to the receipt page. Let me run the wave evaluation tool. As you can see, again, no errors and another 10 out of 10 AIM score, which is fantastic. I'll just take you to the enhancements page now. Similarly, let's run the wave evaluation tool. Again, 10 out of 10. And then we'll go to enhancements 3, run the wave evaluation tool. Again, 10 out of 10. Now the manager tab, part of my enhancements 3 is to create a manager login, which I've done. Now I've just created the password admin123, the username, I beg your pardon, admin and admin123. And here you can see all the pending orders. You can sort by date or cost, and then you can also update the statuses accordingly, and then you can even search by name, etc. Let me run the wave evaluation tool on the manager dashboard, and as you can see, again, 10 out of 10 and no errors. And then as you can see, since we've logged into the dashboard, it's also now populated a logout button for the managers to log out. That's part of the enhancement as well. So then if I go ahead and click that, then it will log out. Now that we've kind of covered that, I'd like to discuss the security. Now the first OWASP item that I've implemented is the input validation and sanitization. This can be found in the process order code, so I'll just flick to that. Now as you can see, rows 34 to 51, I've got that post and sanitized queries. Now this makes sure that that this prevents injection attacks and ensures only valid data is stored in the database, which is part of the OWASP guidelines. Now the second OWASP item I've also implemented is preventing direct access to sensitive pages. This can be seen for example, in my receipt code. So it only provides access if it's got a valid order ID, etc. As you can see in the lines 5 to 8 code, which is fantastic. And now I'd like to take a moment to just share my screen. I'll submit this Word file along with my submissions. This is all the Google Lighthouse validations. Now, as you can see, each page for accessibility got 100. The product page was a little bit down in performance due to some kind of network chains, etc. It was actually a lot lower than that. It was around 82, and that was because my image sizes were too large. So I was able to resize those appropriately and get the performance up to 88, but as you can see, accessibility is 100 on that as well. And then inquiry page, it's 100. Similarly, about page is also 100. Enhancements pages are 100 as well. Manager login 100, the dashboard 100, and then I've also included the screenshots of the wave evaluation tool that we just went through, and then at the bottom of the page I've just included the references, which is the WCAG. Actually that was actually 2.2 that I used, and then the wave extension tool, Google Lighthouse, OWASP as well, and I'll include this along with my submission as well. To summarize, I've built a fully accessible and secure web application that meets WCAG 2.2 standards and applies key OS principles as well. I've tested using Wave and Lighthouse and implemented enhancements that both improve usability and accessibility. Along with the feedback from the Wave and the Google Lighthouse tools, I was able to tweak things like that, the background on the home page, which made the text a lot more legible, and then reducing the image sizes too. So they were very handy tools in testing and refining my website. Thanks so much for watching my assignment 3 demo. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you. Bye.